let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business to defeat the...
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us here today at the elevator. I am joined by my good friend, my pal, Adrian. Adrian, say hi to the people.
Hey, how y'all doing?
So before we get into it, I like to do a little interview with the guests, give the people a feel of what the person is like. So my first question, Adrian.
Hey, what's up, bro?
I'm just a kid who's 4. Each day I grow some more.
I like exploring. I'm Caillou.
Caillou.
That
would be our censorship word today.
Swag.
So before we get into alright, so we should explain the concept behind this episode. So Adrian's a big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes.
And he has numerous decks.
Yes, I literally have a display of decks. 3 of them sleeved, 1 not.
Whoa, Adrian, I feel like you just hurt somebody somewhere.
I know, right?
So I'm looking at these decks on here right now, and what you're going to do. Now, I know a fair bit about Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I have watched Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series on YouTube.
A credible source.
Precisely. So I feel like I would also be, knowledgeable enough to participate in this episode. I'm going to pick a deck at random. And whatever the deck is, we are going to write a movie about it. Because each of these decks, they follow a particular archetype, right?
Yes.
So they have a theme. They have something about them that is particular and special that we may be able to work off of. So
there's no shame in wanting to pick another deck after, just saying.
I feel like I have a preferred deck, but
I'm just saying if it doesn't seem it's flowing, like we can always do other decks because there are other decks.
Let's have a bunch of decks.
Yeah, there's more decks out there.
You don't need to settle for one deck.
Exactly.
So anyway, I'm going to pick. All right, this pink one.
Ooh, he chose the pink one, the manly one.
All right,
the one that is full of birds.
Oh, that's a bird deck.
It's full of birds.
Oh, that's beautiful. I hate birds. I'm afraid of birds.
Wonderful.
So, but don't start to flip it yet.
I'm just getting the main characters.
You can't just get the. All right. So now that we know what deck we're working with, we kind of know what we're doing. Would you like to press the button to call the elevator?
There's a button for the elevator?
Yeah, it's the one that looks like a space bar. It's not a space bar though.
Right.
It's a button on an actual elevator.
It's a button on an elevator that I'm going to reach up or reach outward to press.
And press the button on the elevator. Let's start. Yes, the elevator is on its way. One day I'll get an actual proper timer.
Wonderful.
Instead of having to use an actual real life elevator. So Adrian, tell me all about this bird deck.
All right, so the bird deck is a combination of the bird deck is a combination of the 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypes, which are Lyrilusc and Tri Brigade.
Mm-hmm.
The Lyriluscs excel in swarming the field, whereas the Tri Brigades, I guess they bring stuff out of the graveyard. They can special summon in very special ways. But they work together because the Lyrilusc are quite weak, whereas the Tri Brigades are very hard hitters.
All right. So no, but tell me about them as people. Where do they live? What do they do?
Ah, I see. So, one of the characters in the Lyrilusc storyline, I guess, is Lyrilusc, Turquoise Warbler, which is a very small town girl, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because, these can be pretty ambiguous, wouldn't you say? If you look at them.
She does look like a girl with small. I'm gonna look at some of these others.
Yeah.
Gosh. I guess I'll have to take pictures of these. Oh. These look like hentai.
Of course they do. Don't most Yu-Gi-Oh cards resemble something of hentai?
Yeah, like Zork, right?
Of course, yes,
Yeah.
because he's only just the face of hentai.
Okay. So would it be safe?
Having a dragon for a dick is pretty awesome.
That's I can neither agree nor deny.
It would give new meaning to giving Caillou.
And I also answered that one.
Caillou?
It will give new meaning to giving Caillou.
That's terrible.
Okay. So we have these young ladies. They seem to be dressed in like sports clothing.
I'm thinking they're just all harpies.
They're just
not herpes. They're harpies.
The harpies.
Yes.
All right. So they're harpies. They live in like it would be like a village.
I'm thinking like somewhere in the trees, like a sort of tree utopia.
Oh, like so they live in like a huge forest of gigantic trees.
Yes.
With like tree houses and such.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So those are the Lyriluscs.
Yeah.
What about the other guys, the big boys?
The Tri Brigades, because unfortunately it's a very incomplete deck. So I just have these guys.
I'm looking at Tri Brigade, Rugal the Silver Sheller.
Mm-hmm. And the obligatory long names in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, and this one is a blue card with arrows on it. I don't know what that means.
Okay, yeah. So that's known as a link monster.
You can't try to teach me Yu-Gi-Oh right now. I will not.
but it's okay.
So it's a link monster. So they're super duper strong, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a lot of
damage.
So do they live together?
I'm thinking it's like they have their comfortable boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Lyrilusc, they live a life of just free-spirited, just doing whatever you want, whenever you want. But the Tri Brigade, they're like, yeah, war. We must be
doing a war all the time.
Yeah, they're always trying to do the war.
But
the Lyrilusc are just there like, what even is war?
So we live in this idealistic treetop dwelling community of the Lyriluscs where all these hentai-esque happy girls, they just kind of be children.
Mm-hmm.
And so would they then be at risk of the would they be at some sort of threat?
I'm thinking because of their free-spiritedness, they are easily taken advantage of. Mm-hmm. So the Tri Brigades sort of act as a protection. They know the
Tri
naivety.
Brigades are like their friends. They take care of them. Because I thought the Tri Brigades were just like, we need to extend our boundary. We need to make.
Oh, well, yeah, they're like
they're colonial England.
They're the colonizers of the bird people.
Yeah,
but the Lyrilusc, they're just there to be like, hey, fun, have life.
That's somewhat like somebody that the colonizers would take advantage of, you know.
Exactly, and that's why they have somewhat of a symbiotic relationship. Is that they're easily taken advantage of.
So they're actually just fools in the situation.
Yeah, like, they don't know that they've been taken over. They just know that they're being somewhat protected.
Oh, so are they at any risk? Like, is there a greater war in the greater world around them? Or
I'm thinking the Tri Brigades know about it, mm-hmm. and maybe there's some resource that the Lyriluscs have that is exclusive to them that the Tri Brigades are trying to get control of, but the Lyriluscs are too sweet. They're like, we own them, but they're too cute. We can't take advantage of them.
Or it could be that the Lyriluscs, they produce this thing, and it's only them who can produce this.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So
exclusive to them.
It's like the Tri Brigades, as much as they would love to kill them and take all the stuff, they can't.
Mm-hmm.
So
they would love to kill all the Lyriluscs.
They would love to kill them. All right, so let's say we live in this world where it have this great imperial power in the Tri Brigades. What is a cool card? Looks cool.
Yeah,
Tri Brigade.
I've just been
Fractal.
slipping this guy cards
Yeah.
as we've been talking, just for him to get an idea of the characters we're dealing with.
All right, so the Tri Brigade have some cool, strong guys. They look very strong, not very hentai-esque.
No, def not. They look like they should be at least 6 feet away from hentai at all times. Social distance from them.
Okay. So you have this forceful imperial power that's taking advantage of these Lyriluscs. Is it then that's like Blue Jay or something? So he already moved the cards here from the So you have these 3 young naive girls who just love the stuff that they do, which is work and produce. What is this resource of theirs?
I'm thinking it's a form of maybe birdseed. Like, I'm thinking it's something that only grows in their area that the Tri Brigades see as all powerful, or that can help them colonize better.
Or it's like, so it's like food. Like they produce the food, and they make the food happen. And the Tri Brigades like,
but we only know to destroy. We don't make things.
Yeah, they're like, we don't. We could just take advantage of these people, have them feed us forever.
Because like one Tri Brigade could probably take down like an entire city of Lyrilusc, but because of Lyrilusc, they're just there being cute. They don't want war necessarily.
That's true.
Maybe there'll be a little rebel Lyrilusc in there somewhere that's like, hell yeah, war.
So that's what I think. Like Sapphire Swallow. Nah, she looked like she enjoyed the situation.
I mean, we also got the little older ones here. Maybe the princess and queen-esque.
Yeah, I feel like they would be all like, oh, that's just the way it is. And then we have this like small group of youngsters,
like ragtag youngsters.
Yeah, these ragtag teens who just like, we don't need to live under these conditions anymore.
We don't need to live under this rule. We are actually powerful in our own right.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, so we start with every year, the guys like, they show up and they like, give us the food. And the Lyrilusc like, oh, fine, you can have some of the food.
You can have, we don't mind.
You don't mind, we just work our behinds off all year.
Oh, you know what this is starting to sound? Like?
A Bug's Life.
A Bug's Life.
Oh, shucks. Oh, no. All right, so this is where Bug's Life meets Yu-Gi-Oh!
Who? Yes. Most def.
All right. So we have the Lyriluscs, and so these boys show up and they're like, we want the food. And Lyrilusc's like, fine, I guess we just work all year. And like, we barely have any for ourselves. But you could have like the majority or whatever.
You can have like at least 92%. Like that 8% will do for us.
Yeah. So like, all right, they take the food, they go on. And like, these younger Lyriluscs are like, why are we dealing with this bull Caillou all the time? We just work so hard, we get none of the rewards. These brutes out here.
How about this? One of the 3, the Cobalt Sparrow, the Turquoise Warbler, and the Sapphire Swallow, one of them ends up having to do all the work for a bunch of the gatherers, I guess. And then they realize, this is actually a lot of work. Like, I put in blood, sweat, and tears for this,
Yeah, like they keep getting injured or something while producing. And like this particular one, like I would just pick up the slack. I'll just pick up the slack until she realized it have so much slack in her hands right now. She have no more hands. And she don't know what to. And she just losing her mind.
Wings?
Like, wings, yeah.
Wings.
They have wings. They don't even have hands. How they can throw hands? They have wings.
They throw feathers.
Okay. So,
all right. Well, maybe we could work in the functionality of the deck into this story. Well, what happens is, for the Lyrilusc deck to work, there needs to be a lot of them on the field for them to then be able to summon their more powerful monsters, which don't even attack monsters necessarily. They can just attack people directly. They can just jump over all the monsters.
Cool. So the Tri Brigade, they rely on having like people in the graveyard, right? I think I see how that will All right, let me start with opening scene. It begins huge sweeping shot of the treetops.
Treetopia. Yeah. Makeshift name Treetopia.
Treetopia. And you see the camera moves in, it goes into the whole, the whole community.
Is it like this like nice flying shot, like very airborne-esque, almost like you're like swinging with Spider-Man kind of shot?
Yeah.
Just going through like all the roots and trees and just swooping through people's houses, people like throwing up food, even though it's not really a character going through.
It's just like it goes through the thing, and it looks like you see them living this life. That in this establishment shot, it almost seems idyllic. Like they're just working, and like they seem to be happy. It's like, oh yeah, that's what life should be,
Do they have like a workers chant, like we love to work for Tri Brigade?
I don't know, but it should have a sense of rhythm to it.
Mm-hmm.
Let it feel like if there's just the natural flow of things, this is how it should be. And then it comes to where you see them, like they're coming out and they're putting out all the feed into like this big pile in the middle of the place, or into these carriages or what have you.
This big nest, maybe.
A big nest of sorts? Could be.
And then, like just like in A Bug's Life, maybe one of the swallows accidentally picks one twig from that nest, and all of their years' work just goes down the drain.
But then that would be exactly stealing Bug's Life, though.
Right. Makes sense.
And all right, so
that would be copyright infringement.
They come, the people come, they take the food, and then it have a shot of like one of the Tri Brigade big boys, the come to the queen, and they're like,
ooh, what about this? Like before that whole sweeping shot, it shows like barren wasteland, like just a land like desecrated by war, but then it just like zooms into like the happy-go-lucky
just
city
have this one perfect place.
Yeah.
Like
it's a land scorched by war, basically.
And it turns out it's actually not great. It just looks like that because everyone taking advantage of these people. Yeah. Wait, this could be real edgy as Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
So
Yu-Gi-Oh is the edge.
So you find it have this one worker, like just putting in all this effort. All her friends, like they getting injured, they getting hurt.
But of course, they just see it as like normal life. They're just like, oh, it's okay. I only broke 2 wings. It's cool. I can still do something, Like it's like, dude, go home and rest.
Yeah.
Go home and
like,
no, heal yourself.
You have to keep doing this. Like this is all we have.
Yeah.
And like let's have this one, and she like, I need to do more. I have so much to do.
It's just a bunch of workaholics, basically.
Yeah. And like, we have to keep doing this for the people because like those are our friends. You had to do.
And it's a very like tight knit community, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they run like how the cars were in B movie. How the cars just and you could walk through the cars and they wouldn't bounce. Yeah. That's what it would feel like, right?
Oh, like in the beehive, like where like everything is so like uniform and like everything.
So like the system is perfect and it works. And then you have this one character. What was her name?
Are we just going to use?
Just use one of those.
Sapphire. That sounds like a good lead protagonist name.
That is alright. So Sapphire working so hard, and like she getting overwhelmed. She tired. She exhausted, but she like picking seeds and moving things back and forth. And you see her exhaustion begin to build as I go along, and she like she trips and she falls over. Like a handful of seeds.
I thought you meant she trips like mentally, like something just snaps. Like, wait, I don't want to do this.
But I feel like it should have some catalyst, right? So what I think is like, she have a handful of seeds or a bag full of seeds or food or what have you.
Of quote unquote seed.
Seed. I guess they produce the. Now we're not doing memes with this one. This is serious. We're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! It's serious. All right. So her seed falls over the edge, right? She look over the edge and the edge way down, and she like have to get the seed.
I gotta get that seed.
Yeah, have to get the seed. So she flies down, and it dawned on her that this is the first time that she ever actually leave.
Like being out of line, basically.
Yeah, she never stepped off of this high raised platform in the trees before.
Mm.
And she flies down and but she's so focused on getting the seed now.
Right.
And she just fly down quick, and she grabs the seed and she's like, yeah, I have the seed. And then she look around and then she realizes
the barren wasteland.
She don't just see the barren wasteland, she see like right at the foot of all these huge trees that they live in, it have tombstones.
Oh shit.
And she looking around and she see for the first time that she see names of people that she knew who disappeared.
Maybe that quote unquote disappeared, or ones that stopped working or something.
She
ones that retired even.
Like these are her friends who got hurt and they retired, or they were resting and they just kind of faded away.
You just stopped hearing from them or stopped hearing about them.
Yeah, and because all they do is work, right? So she not seeing the people that she knew anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it don't occur to her because she's so built into this forward focus thing where all she have to do is work, that these people could fade away.
And then she tries to brush that off, but then maybe later she sees one of her friends get sick or something and she's like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. She look around and she's seeing these tombstones and she's like, oh, these are
just flashing back to
people
the
that I knew. So and she tried to ignore, she tried to pretend that not there. She take the seeds and she go back up. And she just going about her regular day trying to fit in. But the idea can't leave her head.
There's all of those just there.
Yeah, or all the people that she knew gone. And this person.
Some of them were almost in perfect health, at least
as far as she could recall.
Exactly.
Yeah, she thought everything was fine. She thought it was just resting.
Mm-hmm.
And she would see them again. And
hey bro, I'm not gonna lie, getting a little deja vu right here. I'm not sure why, but sorry, just a passing thing.
Don't worry, it's not Bug's Life. God. It's not Bug's Life anymore. It's not Bug's Life anymore. Maybe at that time it looks like Bug's Life. Mm-hmm. But it's not Bug's Life anymore.
Of course.
Disney can't sue.
Maybe this plot is reminding me of another plot. Because, almost everything's been done already.
Yeah. There's nothing original.
There's almost nothing original anymore.
So
even trying to be original is not original.
Trying to be original, so friggin' basic, dog.
I know, right?
Just rewrite Schindler's List. That's literally whatever.
With birds?
Schindler's List with birds? No, too late. We're done in this movie. We can't just rewrite Schindler's List.
No. You can't just jump.
But the Nazis would be cats, right?
I guess so.
Anyway, so she goes back up.
Or they'd be crows. Because crows don't care about anybody.
Yeah, they are the worst. Yeah, and everybody are birds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why can't we all just be birds together?
Exactly. Can't just be birds in harmony.
All right, I think we just break a separate movie. But
just off movie to movie.
Yeah. Okay. So she back up and she can't escape the sensation that everything wrong. And she looking at
everything isn't perfect. Everything isn't so happy.
Yeah, apparently we're not great.
Yeah, and she's just seeing maybe a little bit of mold on the side of a building. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, suddenly she noticing the imperfections around her.
Yeah. Noticing everything.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, mommy made bread today. Mommy only makes bread.
Mommy has only made bread for the past 13 years. 13, 15 years? What's our demographic here? That's
the demographic here?
For this movie.
People who
what's our target
actually
audience?
Care about Yu-Gi-Oh!
People that actually care about birds.
Okay, so nobody, because birds.
Well, you know that birds are actually cameras. They're video surveillance.
Yeah, exactly. All right, not to get back to World War II and birds, right? But if you think about it, who used to deliver the messages?
Birds.
Yeah, exactly.
Birds.
But that's besides the point. All right. So she's starting to realize she don't live in this idealistic world. And she have these people around her. She walking home with one of
Like,
If she walking home with Cobalt Sparrow,
ooh, what's another good word for cobalt? But cobalt is a kind of brown. I'm assuming.
well, she is brown. Her nickname could be Kobe or something.
Kobe.
She walk, yeah.
Kobe.
So Sapphire walking home with her best friend Kobe with a C. And
C, yeah. Right. Kobe with a C.
Yeah, and Kobe, like, she noticed Kobe have a little limp. And she like,
Kobe,
what's happened?
Are you
Kobe,
good?
what happened? And Kobe like,
okay?
I just bumped my bird knee.
Yes, everything to them is going to be my bird something. My bird arm. I
have bird appendicitis.
Oh God, I got bird AIDS.
They just call the bird flu.
Flying flu.
So she noticed Kobe like doing a thing, and she like, Kobe, what happened? And Kobe like, I just bumped my knee, It's fine. I could keep going though. I could keep working though. And Sapphire like, and what if you can't keep working? And Kobe like, I'll just
retire.
I'll just take some time off. I'll just rest. And Sapphire like, Caillou. She's like, Caillou.
Everything just falls in place. Like her world just shatters. Like you see like her mental like stability just something just clicks.
like the line to her brain just cracks. And she like, Caillou, about to lose my best friend.
I ain't gonna let this happen.
Yeah, that's the most insane thing that's about. And Sapphire like, listen, Kobe. This Caillou. That's a bunch of Cailloux in a row.
Yeah, a bunch of Caillou. A whole lot of Caillou.
She's like, listen Caillou. Here, Kobe, you Caillou.
Okay. You best friend of mine. You old buddy, old pal.
She like, yo, everything about to get twisted, everything about to get mashed up and destroyed, right?
And Kobe's just like, yo, Sapphire, you crazy. So I've never seen this look in your eye, bro. You look unhinged. Yeah. You good?
And they're like, yo, we need to talk to the people. We need to get things together, right? So like they go to like the Queen or something. Like, did you know about all of this?
Queen Nightingale.
That's a good name. Oh, that's actually her name.
Yeah.
Word. And
you didn't look at the cards, man. You just looked at the pictures, didn't you?
Maybe
you didn't read the cards. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh thing, man.
I confess to nothing.
You show people your cards, and you're just like, and then the people are just there, like, ooh, nice picture.
Yeah, that's a cute card.
That's some nice colors.
Oh,
I like this shade of blue. So nothing about the card itself. I like this shade of blue.
All right, so let's develop this ragtag team of rebels now.
Mm-hmm.
We have Sapphire.
We have Kobe.
Sapphire's like, she fed up. She had enough of the system. She discovered that the system is whack. System whack. The Queen whack.
All my friends dying
whack.
My mental stability whack.
Freedom, that's tight as Caillou.
It's tight as Caillou.
Oh no. Okay. So she are like, yo, we need to get a Caillou. We need this Caillou to stop. Mm-hmm. Like, Queen, we need a Caillou to stop. And the Queen like, my dear child, there is nothing wrong.
There's literally nothing wrong. There's never been anything wrong.
She does that thing
so uniform,
where she's saying all this stuff that she wants to say, but she have the tone of voice that says, ease it up or you will die.
Caillou? You really came in here with this, Caillou?
Don't you know I'm trying to not die?
Don't you know that we're under some sort of maniacal rule? Like, I am trying to communicate this with my eyes. but they are watching.
Your mouth says it's okay. Your eyes say we will
Dear
die.
God help.
Yeah, your eyes say this is the end. And Sapphire, like, you know, that's heckin' enough. That's heckin' enough. And she leaves with a harumph. She's like,
harumph.
And she gone. And she gone.
And she just kind of flutters away, even though it's a very serious moment. She can't help but be adorable.
But that's the issue with them. They're just too darn cute.
Yeah.
So later on, when a bunch of them start to die, spoilers for later, a bunch of them going to start to die.
Oh, no way. I would never have known that the very morbid story about birds had death.
So she goes out with her friend Kobe and her other friend, the turquoise warbler.
Turkey?
Okay, she clearly sporty and hip and cool. It's okay for her to be a little dumb.
Yeah, like she has that brawn, you know.
Yeah. Like she brave, she loyal, she a little dumb. Her name is Turkey.
Yeah.
So Sapphire, Kobe, and Turkey. They're sitting in a
group of
misfits.
Yes. Yeah. Turkey.
They sit in a circle and they're like, yo, this is sad. And Turkey like, it's okay, she'll just take a nap. And Sapphire like, listen here, Turkey, you idiot, you fool, you clownish fool bird.
You blind Caillou. I'm sorry, wait, hold on, no. Not that word. Didn't mean to say that. Swear.
They're like, yo, don't you know what happens to these people when they're gone? And they're like, yeah, they just take a nap.
They go to that special place where everybody goes to take a nap. And they just don't come back.
And they're like, yo, don't you remember the Alexandrite Cascade?
Yes.
She's gone. When last you see her? Oh, I remember when she snapped her wing and she just took
she got a little break.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then she's like, yo, everybody here go and die. Like, we don't believe this. Like, come to the graveyard with me.
There's a graveyard? they both Kobe and Turkey, like, there's a graveyard? What the fuck are you?
What do you think happens to monsters when we die? We go to the graveyard.
Oh my.
I'm like, Caillou.
Dear.
Yeah, it's just a grave full of our friends and family who we miss so much.
Mm-hmm. That we thought we'd never see again. Or that we thought that we would see again. But this society that's just work. You don't get time to think.
Yeah, they just kind of vanish forever and ever and ever. So now, this is where they start to build like this underground alliance. They're starting to tell the people, to tell the friends and family, like, yo, Caillou. That's an next pair of Cailloux there. Gosh.
A pair of Cailloux. That's a terrifying thing. Jeez. One of them was enough.
Imagine two Cailloux. Caillou has a twin.
Caillou squared.
So Caillou meets an identical person who is also a Caillou. He just happens to be the son of the Prince of England. And they swap places.
Where is this idea coming from now?
Garfield. The Tale of Two Kitties.
Right,
you're saying, You ever watch it?
No, of course
Uncultured
not.
Swine. But I digress.
It's Garfield. It's Garfield. It's an orange cat that loves lasagna. It's just a cat.
And hates Mondays.
All right, that's a good point there.
Yeah.
That's a good low point there.
All right. So the low point of this is that her friend like getting more and more hurt, and to her she just like about to lose my friend.
Yeah, or like she got hurt and she's just not feeling better. Like
she's not doing any better because she have to keep working.
Right.
They have to keep working to maintain the system.
Ooh, and because she's hurt, she keeps getting other injuries. So she's just slowly deteriorating.
Her leg getting worse, her leg falling off. It becomes gangrenous. Oh, no. And she like eventually they're going to notice this.
This is so graphic.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh!
It is Yu-Gi-Oh!
But So
Your move.
that's what they say.
Your move.
Shucks.
It's your move.
I thought it was just them making mouth noises.
You thought it was just, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the lyrics.
No, it's your move, dude. Learn something every day, don't worry.
Yeah. This is now filed under educational.
Yes, most definitely.
So she discovers that her friend dying. Her friend is on the brink of like being too injured to work. And she's like, I'm about to lose my friend.
And what do like Turkey and Sapphire try and like pick up her slack while they're like doing work, and they're just trying to hide the fact that she's like slowly deteriorating. And,
Yeah.
like trying to keep that information secret from the other workers that are like,
Yeah.
why are they somewhat out of line?
Yes.
This is not as uniform as it usually is.
We should tell the great Potu that something is wrong.
Yes, most definitely. Yeah, totes. Yeah, but they're trying to not let anybody find out. But of course, there are the occasional slip ups, or like you're trying to carry more than you're really supposed to, because your friend is injured, you want to do that for them. You have to do that for them,
and they're just trying the best to save the friend, because they'll miss the friend so much when she goes to rest.
And she goes to the graveyard.
Yeah, and like one of the other workers like, "Oh, you hurt. I need to report this to the Grand Potu." And the rest of them like, "No,
don't do that.
Man, don't tell her, my friend.
Don't do that. Don't."
And they're like, "Why though?
What? This goes against our whole thing.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to have workers that can't work."
Yeah, that's literally opposite of the rules. Don't you follow
opposite of
the
our
rules?
Ooh, and then like the whole like warehouse or factory or wherever it is they're working just starts to like turn on them almost like as a unit. It's like, work, not work. What? Not work?
What?
Early retirement.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that little miscellaneous voice in the back that everybody else is saying, and it's just like, that one voice.
You just have the one secret communist was in the background. Oh, I feel like so this is
secret communist.
So this is the third recording that I have done for this show, and that's the third time that communism came up.
That seems to follow a good story path, I guess.
I suppose
everything
because everyone knows the most evil is capitalism.
Ooh.
But anyway, in a way, this is a metaphor for capital. Anyway, I digress.
Technically, isn't anything a metaphor for capitalism?
Anything could be a metaphor for capitalism.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
In a way, this is a pyramid scheme that they're all involved in.
Huh.
And they're just revolting against.
And they're just all like...
They all
tried to get their family into the pyramid scheme, but then ended up just working.
They all happen to be the lowest level of the pyramid scheme.
All of them.
And I'm like, we need to seize the means of production.
Yes.
And
you need to add more people. You need to get more people to work. A non-productive worker is you. They mean nothing.
They do nothing for my downline.
Yes. Pyramid schemes.
So
miss them.
Pyramid schemes are all the rage for a hot minute.
Yeah, man. Term pyramid schemes were the Shayu, bro.
Okay. So
ignore that.
So, speaking of pyramid schemes, I have a small business venture that I would like to. We'll talk about this after the recording. Of course. If anyone's listening and they are interested in a small business venture, hit me up. Joel at herbalife.net. Instagram,
Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter.
3 months ago, I had nothing. I was living in a cardboard box in St. James.
Ooh.
Now I drive my Lamborghini through St. James and I hand cardboard boxes out to the other homeless.
So you just got that Lamborghini to deliver
boxes?
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes total sense.
And if you join my downline,
you too will get a Lamborghini.
Pre-stocked with cardboard boxes.
With 15 installments for new cardboard boxes, we'll be recruiting this many people.
Okay. It all started when a man drove past me in a Lamborghini and handed me a cardboard box. His name, Elon Musk.
Bruh. Elon Musk just out here doing the most. Doing the most for his fellow people.
And he said if I could make this cardboard box into a spaceship, he'd hire me. I digress. But what are you talking about?
We were talking about a movie about birds.
About birds, right?
Yeah, now we're talking about Lamborghinis and boxes. Wonderful.
Welcome to the writer's room.
Hey.
So, we have the Lambo. We have the birds. Who come on, man. Don't do that.
Sorry, it was funny.
Okay. So
adulting.
The birds now, they're like, we're about to lose our friends, and they're like, no, that's bullshit. That's nonsense. You're talking doo-doo feces.
You're talking bird Caillou?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, no, it literally have graves down there with all the people you know and love.
And like the whole like assembly line is like, wait, so my great aunt something is there? Wait, so my blah 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 is there? Wait, so my girlfriend is there? Like,
so Stephanie the Big Eye Grebe. That's what happened to her.
That's a funny name. That's a funny name. I was ready to hear that.
So the birds like, so some like they went down the see the graves and they're like, and a few of them like, this messed up. We need to do something about it.
Right.
And
of course,
it have a few of them that like it have nothing we could do about it. That's just the way it is.
But what? Wait, there must be some like point where people are resting, or do they just work? Like it's just like a 12-hour shift, and then the next 12-hour shift comes. You rest for however long, and then you just work one time. Like,
I think it's like a on and off. Like they get a few hours to rest, and then they get back to work. Like all they know is to work and rest and eat bread, and get back to work.
Right. Sustainable income and all that.
So it have like a couple hours in the night when they're like, come and see these gravestones, come and see what's happening here.
Yeah, like they take out just a few people from the bird coop or something, so they don't realize that all of them are gone or something.
And so they're slowly building this small militia, and the militia like they compensating for each other when they get hurt and stuff, because birds just be getting hurt all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're real dumb. They just like fly into clear trees.
Fly into like big glasses or like, they flying into big people's windows or who knows.
Yeah, no, but they fly into each other's windows.
Fly into each other. You can imagine a society where people are just running into your windows. I thought I could go through. You know?
I thought it was clear. So I come into my house though.
Why here though? Yo, you got a really nice tree in your backyard, bro. I want to perch on it.
yo, I want to sit on that tree and on that spot down there.
That spot, perfect for my Caillou.
That's prime poo-poo spot.
Most have prime dropping spot.
Yo, if I was a bird, I would 100% Caillou on Elon Musk Lamborghini.
Most definitely.
You wouldn't even have a Lamborghini. What?
An electric Lamborghini?
You have a
Tesla Lamborghini? Teschini? Lamsla?
Teslambo.
Teslambo. That sounds
Elon Musk hit me up. I have copyrighted that word. Elon Musk and whoever owns Lamborghini, hit me up.
Most def.
So now they have the small militia building, and they're like, Queen, we need to stop this. And Queen like, we will literally die.
Let's not.
Yeah.
But like, please do. But let's not. Help me.
The Queen
I've been under rule since I can remember.
Like, I am not in charge. Me, the Queen, I'm not in charge. It's like a metaphor for the government. Anyway.
I may have the title of Queen, but
I am not a queen.
All I do is Caillou. All I do is fry you and make babies.
That's literally my job. I work too. I make all of you.
That right over there. That's your cousin. I don't know why y'all are fry you. That's your sister.
Why do
Stop
you
that.
live together?
Why are you all like this? It's just a colony of inbreds. Jesus Christ.
Sapphire is not a normal color to have.
Don't you realize this? You are all genetic disformities.
That's not a helmet, that is your face.
That's just your head. That's just part of you.
And
So the queen during this whole rise up is just having this mental breakdown.
Like the queen absolutely terrified. Like she's seeing there people revolting and she can't keep them in line. And that's her job. Her job is to make babies, keep the people in line so they could produce more for these outside forces that will 100% murderize everybody.
Yeah, because just one of their soldiers could take them out, basically.
Yeah, essentially.
Like the numbers don't matter.
And like, so it have a small crowd that's like, we will stand up against this incoming threat.
Mm-hmm.
And the queen like, you will literally perish.
You will all die.
Yeah. All of you 100% screwed.
And I will not be there for that. I may be your queen, but I am scared.
Not there. Goodbye.
Deuces.
Yeah.
She
pulled her window. And like she's still there, we could get her and just keep running to her window.
Still see you.
Yeah.
No, I am gone. Can't see me anymore. Okay,
like,
fine.
She's put up a force field.
Oh no. She's slightly moved to the side. What do we do now? If we approach her, it'll be seen as a sign of aggression. We don't want to be aggressive against our queen.
So that's where like the concepts of what they do start to come into play, right? Because a year has passed. A year is upon them. The people are about to come and collect the food. But like a rebellion is brewing. Mm-hmm. They don't want to give up all this food that they work so hard to collect.
Yeah, because now they're realizing, this food is this could feed all of us without having to do all of this work.
Yeah, we could do like a third of the work and be fed twice as much.
Exactly. They don't need to take all of this.
And they keep taking our stuff. For what? And for what? Yeah. It's mine.
It's ours. Why are you all doing this?
Why are you like this? You're so mean.
God. I'm trying to be serious. Serious.
It's a serious movie, okay?
Yeah, for sure. Oh man.
So these kids have begun a rebellion, and like they want to sound to these people coming, but they're terrified.
Mm-hmm.
And
maybe it's like the day of reckoning comes, like where the Tri Brigades come to take their offering.
Yeah, the Tri Brigade has come for the food, and it have this whole big pile of food because they keep doing it because it have scared ones that they want to stay alive, and this is the best way they could think of staying alive, to just keep doing what I was doing all the time.
Right.
So they have the offering out there, out on the field,
in the open of some sort. So because it is an offering, you don't want it to just be enclosed,
Yeah. It's like the few who chosen to go and set the offering, they place it down outside on the ground. The Tri Brigade about people too.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some cool sky fights. So so they have
3 Lyrilusc for 1 Tri Brigade, and they're just there.
Yes, precisely, with those same sound effects.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I'll hire you to do Foley work for when we make this movie, because Frederick Yu-Gi-Oh! What was the man name? Pegasus? Maximilian Pegasus would 100% buy this from us.
Most definitely.
Alright, so
he wants that endorsement for those cards, man.
Yeah. Also, it would be legal if we didn't get his permission.
Hey.
Although I think Kaiba technically own the game now, or still Pegasus? And Pegasus dead?
That's a interesting one, because you see, Pegasus created Yu-Gi-Oh, but Kaiba branded it.
Really?
Or at least Kaiba's father branded it, and Seto just kind of took over and was like, "Now I'm top G."
No, I am the god cards.
Yeah, I am God. In this contained universe.
Exodia answers to me.
Gonna bring up the Exodia card when talking about Kaiba Man. You know, it's funny. Kaiba Man's a real card.
Yeah.
Kaiba Man.
I think it'll just bring out Blue Eyes to your hand or something.
I think it's Blue Eyes to your hand or Blue Eyes to the field if it's tributed.
I mean, it's have a Blue Eyes does or something.
I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna have to educate myself on Kaiba Man. Gosh.
Kaiba Man.
The one deck I didn't want to study. I don't know. Blue Eyes is kind of overhyped. Like, I mean, 3,000 attack is pretty awesome, but
yeah, it is.
But all that work,
and it's
just to beat down your opponent.
It's for the same summon as like a Dark Magician.
Yeah, which is 2,500.
Yeah,
but more popular.
Yeah, because it's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Could be branding or marketing.
Nah, Blue Eyes is the best deck in Duel Links. That's all I know. But that's just because that's the only you can ever play. But I digress. I digress. So these these guys they show up and they're like, "You want the food?
Yo, we're our offering now, bro. What's going down?
Like the offering there.
Hey, Queen.
And then
Queen's just there like, oh, are you?
Like the offering there, and they're like, all right, come on, take this food. And then
Sapphire just swoops out of nowhere.
Sapphire runs out in front of her and she's like, nah! And she like,
no! Mine!
Was it again Tri-Mage? It's not Tri-Mage.
Silver Shell? Wait. Oh, what are we talking about?
Tri-Archers?
Tri Brigade.
Tri Brigade.
Yes.
Alright. So Sapphire runs out and she's like, Tri Brigade, Yamate!
Hanase! Yamate kudasai! Oh no.
And like,
oh dear, that's going in, isn't it?
It is.
I shouldn't have done that.
It's 100% going in.
Oh man.
And I mean, I did just say Yamate, and I'm pretty sure that's the wrong word.
Yamate. Yeah. I mean, we don't know Japanese. We just say Japanese words.
I don't know. Yamate is almost Spanish for you're already dead or something like that.
For real?
I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, you have already been killed.
Did you know that Colgate is hang yourself?
Oh, yeah. Colgate.
Isn't that wild? Go brush your teeth with hang yourself.
Good breath or death.
Colgate.
Colgate's hire your boy.
Getting so many branding deals, man.
Yeah. From Pegasus and Colgate, we've made it. This is officially the last episode of The Elevator because we're rich now.
Yo, but you're only on, like, what is it, floor 2?
Yeah, this is the second floor.
On.
I can't believe we've already made it. All right. So she shows up. She runs out and she's like, no, this has to stop. And it have like this big, huge, gigantic, insanely buff bird dude. He like, all right.
Just one big buff bird.
Yeah. And you're like, all right, so you go and die now.
All right. And I guess I gotta squish you now. I mean,
yo, and as he about to strike her down, Kobe runs out and pushes her out the way. And the axe or what have you falls upon her. And she done.
She just
and it's like
scrambled like an egg.
And Sapphire like, Kobe, no.
No.
And Kobe like, yo, listen, this was the end for me.
I was going there.
I was going
there.
But
anyway.
you
have a purpose.
You have a life to live. Mm-hmm. Live it for us. Live it for me and the rest of us. And like it have the graveyard there in the background behind them. And Sapphire looks up and she's like, all right, the fight about to go down. And then you see like all the onlookers, all the people of the village.
Yeah, they're like, yo, that's not it.
Yeah, they see the
that's not with it.
And they're like,
you just kill that girl, bro.
Yeah, they're like, all right, we need to do something. And you see they start to jump into the fray because that's the whole concept, right?
Mm-hmm,
the concept
they start to swarm.
Yeah, it's just a ton of them.
Ooh,
But is the thing.
and then they all come together and make Lyrilusc Assembled Nightingale.
Well, that's the thing, right? So they start to get into the fray. They start to fight. And I mean, they're dropping like flies.
Of course, yeah.
Because these men mad strong.
Yeah, like this one guy, he's just like holding out his hand. They're all flying into it, like they're flying into a window. They just
We've been here before.
Oh, and he's just there like yawning.
So like
this is nothing. This
like,
is nothing to me.
So the swarm and the whole situation, right? And like the queens and her court, the queen and her court, they're looking on and like, that's our people out there. We call ourselves the leaders when we can look at our people perish for their honor.
Yeah, for their lives.
While we have none.
We have none.
We call ourselves the nobles and we are nothing.
No honor whatsoever.
Yeah. And so
literally cowering in this, I guess, bigger bird nest.
Yeah, gigantic bird nest. So there's where like the big climactic scene would be where they're swarming around and they're fighting all the people and the Tri Brigade, they're out in force. They have like the biggest, baddest dudes out there. And they're like, you're all dead.
You're gonna die. You're all gonna die. Yep. So you might as well die together. And then they're all like, yo, we should join hands and like, no, sorry, not join hands, join wings.
All right. Oh, so I'm looking at the independent Nightingale.
Mm-hmm.
And her situation is that she fuses with one Lyrilusc monster and a particular one, right? So what I'm thinking is, you find Sapphire, she on the ground, she almost beaten. And then you see this immaculately beautiful person steps down. Like you can feel the power radiating off of her. And her name is the Assembled Nightingale. And she reaches down her hand.
The Assembled Nightingale just like is like a legend, is like a myth that just out of nowhere.
Like the most powerful
Deus Ex Machina type of
yes, the most powerful one. Like she just at least that's what it thought. When she take Sapphire hand and she like
wing.
She's like, you've reminded me of what we are. We've lived so long
apart,
separate.
We need to,
and like we really are stronger together.
Yeah, I got goosebumps. Huh?
So now they fuse
and they make the true independent Nightingale.
And like that's where the
are we talking about Steven Universe type fusing? Are we talking about Dragon Ball Z type fusion?
We're talking about like Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatever they do in Yu-Gi-Oh!
They use cards. Yeah. So was Sapphire just holding on to a polymerization just her whole life?
I guess so.
For this moment.
No, they just happened to. Okay, we'll zoom out later and you'll see it have fusion gates over everything.
Of course, right. Yeah. as it would. It's just been a fusion world this entire time. That you could just fuse on your own.
Yeah. So they hold hands and they
start to like spin around
they begin
in the air.
to glow. And you see the tinted bodies of light that start to swirl around each other. And like, they form into one huge radiant star in the sky. And then it beams back down into the battlefield.
Or no, it just shoots up and she just like opens her wings and she's just like this majestic new bird.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're like, all right.
And the Tri Brigade is just there like, oh
no.
That doesn't look good. I've never seen that before.
They just it just becomes the war.
Mm-hmm.
And
the independent Nightingale versus the Tri Brigades, with the other Lyrilusc just kind of there.
And she does whatever Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
Of course. Or she, as the Lyriluscs are, just attacks their form of like base. Like, she just goes straight.
That's what I was thinking because
she just attacks.
They realize directly. Because their whole situation is that like they need dead people, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Lyrilusc not killing. They not only are they incapable, they refuse to.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, all right, I guess I'll just taking you out from the inside.
From your source. I'm going to get that source. Get that sauce.
And she destroys. She goes into the capital or whatever, Whatever is like the symbol of power for the Tri Brigade.
Right.
She like
She just locks on like without any prior knowledge, of course, because Deus Ex Machina.
Of course, naturally.
She just locks on and is like, I'm gonna go there. And the Tri Brigade that was harassing the Lyrilusc is like, oh, Caillou? Don't go there.
And they have like this huge big chase, and she's like, independent nightingale, do you know?
Independent nightingale.
Yeah.
You know that your fastest is my jog.
Yeah.
Or it's like a walk in the park for me. I could literally turn it up right now and you'll never catch me.
Like, yo,
I'm just conserving energy.
I have inspired Beyonce's entire career. Beyonce sings the soundtrack.
Ooh.
Beyonce sings the soundtrack. She has to. But that's besides the point. So
Beyonce. Obligatory Beyonce.
the independent nightingale destroys their base of power.
Yeah. Like you're just going through destroying Caillou, like Sonic level of just wrecking Caillou.
Yeah. And the Tri Brigade, like, we have now fallen apart.
Tri Brigade is now just the brigade.
And like they don't even feel like a brigade anymore because what they have,
they have nothing anymore.
They're
just there.
They
just
create all this destruction, and then everything is gone.
Yeah, when the stuff they were trying to poach from other societies is no longer available to them,
and then they just begin to fade away. You see the capital fall.
Ooh.
You see,
and then to wrap up everything, you just see like it zooms out to just two kids playing on a desk.
On a desk,
they're just playing Lyrilusc versus Tri Brigade.
Like
they're just playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
At the end, you just see like it have the queen who would be the nightingale, the assembled nightingale
of that time. The old washout,
and
beat out one.
She would be there with Sapphire. Like,
I should have listened to you.
Like, yeah, like thank you so much for all this stuff. And
thanks for sticking up for my people when I couldn't.
And they look at the sunset on a new world.
Oh wait, no, she wouldn't be Sapphire anymore. She'd be the new independent knight.
No, well, they will unfuse.
They don't unfuse.
It have diffusion.
Okay, all right.
So anyway,
random turkey comes out with a, hey, I got a diffusion. Do you want to stay as this all-powerful being? Nah.
I want to be me.
No, I want to be me.
Yeah. And that's what the message about is about being yourself, about being strong together.
Yeah.
Totally. You have 30 seconds to do these 5 acts.
Act 1.
Stuff terrible. People trying their best. Girl, she discover stuff more terrible than she knew.
Mm-hmm.
She tries to start up
start a rebellion.
She tries to start a rebellion. People are taking her on, but then she show bravery when I don't count 5 on my hand. That's not, she show bravery when she stand up to the incumbent force. It comes together with the elevators here. We need to get on and go, but
it's all right.
I think we broke up pretty good. You want to still run through the 5 acts? Let us, because we did it. Mm-hmm. We have done a movie.
I think most of this movie formulation was memes. We tried to not make it memey, but it ended up being memey anyway.
That's a lie. We didn't really try. We just had to remind ourselves eventually.
We had to somewhat contain ourselves, but we didn't do that.
So we have told the story of this young lady who discovers that life was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
She begins to...
This girl named Sapphire.
So she wants to save her friend. She needs to get the people behind her, but they're not behind her.
No. Like she has a somewhat awakening out of the, I guess, like almost like a haze of just uniform conformity.
Mm-hmm.
Like she breaks the mold because she dropped a seed.
Yeah. Sometimes things need to go wrong for things to start going right. Sometimes you have to fall before you fly.
Ooh, like a bird, maybe.
I don't know how birds work.
I think they fly. Or do they just fall in style?
Sometimes they do fall.
That is true.
So she begins her rebellion all by herself.
Mhm.
The people learn that the issue is not that they were weak, but they weren't together.
Yeah, they were apart.
And
They-
then
they
coming
were not as
together.
a unit. They were supposed to work together this entire time.
And then,
Not just have individual jobs that were the same thing.
yeah. It's better when you just do it together. And they come together and they change their world. Thank you so
Power of
much
friendship. It's the power of friendship. Friendship's magic.
Well, it's almost like if that's the whole point of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Huh.
That friendship is powerful.
That working together is actually a good thing. Maybe. Who knows?
This was written by Taya Gardner.
T God. Yo, that Marek voice. Marek will always be a legendary character in Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged.
The Abridged? Yeah, yes, sure.
Yes, most def.
All right.
Maragishta.
So, thank you so much for joining us. Any more words you say have to do it with that voice? I'm sorry.
I am no longer allowed to use any other voice.
No, man.
Yo, why did Marek and Darts never get to meet? They would have been such a funny interaction.
Because the world can't be perfect.
No, and I mean, they did.
Thank you for joining us here at the elevator. And thank you, Adrian, for waiting with me and writing this incredible, beautiful movie. I'm sure you'll get somewhere with it.
Most def.
You can find us at the Elevator Pod on Instagram or Twitter. If you have any ideas of how this could have gone differently or how you would have written it better, let us know. We'd love to see that.
And if there's any inconsistencies or any misreadings or like bad interpretations of the cards, you can definitely let me know. I didn't come prepared.
Don't let me know. I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh!
If you can find me on any social media, you can definitely let me know.
If you can find Adrian, you win $20.
A whole $20, guys.
Yeah, it's.
Well, wait, is that for like the first person, like just the first person, or we?
Every single person who finds Adrian gets $20 from Adrian.
Excuse me?
Thank you so much for joining us.
Wait, I don't have money for that.
The Elevator is proud to be hosted by TTPM, Trinidad and Tobago Podcasts and Media, network of podcasts and media. No one else does it that way, but that's how I say it. And we'll see you on the next floor.
Ding.